NCERT Science Class 6 Chapter 3 Fiber to Fabric. Now let us get into the chapter. Now in this lesson we have to know what is fabric. For knowing what is fabric we have to know what is yarn. And for knowing what is yarn we have to know what is a fiber. Suppose you've been given a needle and asked to be threaded. Then you could see the thread end is being split into 2-3 strands. This is called as fiber. Now fiber of cotton put together, twisted together forms a yarn. And this yarn is used to make fabric. It is arranged in a particular order to make a fabric. There are two types of fiber. One is called as a natural fiber. The other one is called as a synthetic fiber. Natural fiber are obtained from both plants and animals. Cotton is got from plants. Wool is got from sheep, rabbit and camel. Silkworm is drawn from cocoon of silkworm. Fiber obtained from chemicals is called as synthetic fiber. We can use these fibers to make a variety of fabric. Now we can study about cotton. Cotton usually grows in black soil and in warm climate. When the cotton plant fruit ripes into a lemon-sized fruit, it matures and bursts out. The seed along with the fiber is shown out. Now, this fiber is hand-picked and using the combing and ginning process, the seed is separated from the fiber. This ginning process could be done by a machine also. Another fiber got from plant is jute. Jute is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. It is always cultivated in rainy seasons. Some of the places in India where it is cultivated are West Bengal, Assam and Bihar. Now when the plant is in the flowering stage, it is harvested. It is soaked in water for few days and using the hand, the fiber is picked up and separated. We will learn about spinning of cotton yarn now. Now, what does it mean by spinning? The process of making the yarn from the cotton fiber using large wheels which are hand driven with hand spindle is called as spinning of yarn. Now there are two types of hand operated devices. The one is called as takli, the other one is called as charka. Charka was the one which Mahatma Gandhi used. In both the cases, the yarn is being spun over a wheel and then it is used to make the fabric. Now fabric made from this homespun yarn is termed as khadi. Now, spinning of yarn in large scale is done using machines also. Now, these spun yarn are then used for making fabric and finally into the clothes that we wish to wear. We learn about the story of yarn to fabric. How is the yarn converted to a fabric? There are two ways in which the yarn are made into fabric. One process is called as weaving, the other one knitting. The process of arranging two sets of yarn together, it is called as weaving. Weaving could be done using a loom. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. Knitting is done using a needle. A single yarn is used. It is done by hand or by machine. Fabric made from knitting and weaving are used to make a variety of clothes of our choice. We'll see the history of clothing material. Early man used the tree barks, big leaves, fur, and animal skin to cover his body. Then he started to weave, but he could weave only baskets and mats using twigs and grasses. Later, he gathered vines, animal fleece, and hair, twisted them to form a strand, and he wove the fabric. Early Indians and Egyptians wore cotton dress made out of cotton fabric and flax clothes. Now, these plants were grown on the bank of the river Ganga and Nile, respectively. Now, invention of needle and stitching helped in the fabric to be made into clothes. Earlier in India, these clothes were draped around the different parts of the body without stitching. But after invention of stitching, we now have a variety of dress to be owned. So this is all about the history of clothing material. So, with this, we complete class 6, chapter 3, fiber to fabric. Hope you understood the lesson well. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let us all meet in the next chapter.